Now, I'm gonna zip strip this, not tightly but securely enough to the sound card, so that way there's no way that wire is coming anywhere near any fans. And my sound card is loose. Well, not my sound card, but the sound card is loose. Okay. Now, actually I can put this book away. We don't need that anymore. I know where I'm going from here. Okay. Now, get this out of the way for actually. What I'm going to do with this, seeing how this is a modular power supply, I am just going to take this plug for the fan and just plug it right into the power supply. And then I'm going to take that excess wire and take my little zip strip, tie it off, make everything all neat. Neatness is the key, people. You want to have good airflow. And if everything's nice and neat, you'll have good airflow. Airflow is the key. You got to keep your computer running as cool as possible. And in a lot of package deal, well, I call them package deal computers, but the computers you get just like at Best Buy, let's say, or whatever, those kind of computers are, they're not designed with a power user in mind. Like, you can play a couple of games, yeah, you can do this, you can do that, but you can't do anything really major. Which, that's really a bad thing. What I'm doing right now is I'm just cleaning the rear fan blades, just running my fingers along them. Now I have my little tool here, which I use to clean everything out. Just to keep everything dust free. Okay, where am I at now? Now we're gonna go with, this is a really crappy cable, but gotta do what I gotta do. Okay, this is the SATA cable for the hard drive. Now, I personally do not care for this type because it's very loose. It doesn't sit well, but it's not my computer. I don't have any other cables that I can give the guy, so he's just gonna have to deal with what he's got. Now, SATA cables will only go in one way. They have an L shape to them, so you really can't screw up putting one of those in. Can't put one in backwards. But you can have a problem with them not seating tightly, which is the problem that I am already foreseeing with this computer. Now, I'm going to need power for my SATA drive, which I have right here, an SATA power cable, which, as you can see, the ends are different than what would be on a regular modular cable. See the difference? These are both power cables, but this one's usually for SATA drive, IDE drives, and this is SATA. Anyways, yeah, enough of me blabbing about that. I'm just going to tuck these in here. Get these out of the way. I just want to keep all the wires out of the way for the moment. Now, I have to plug this in, which I believe this goes here, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, okay. Look at that, first shot. Gotta love it. Okay, now I'm going to tilt this back here, find those cables I just fed through, which are right here. Now, I'm going to actually have to feed two ends through here because I have, on this computer, there is a DVD drive, which is also an SATA. So it has to have SATA power also, which, as a matter of fact, I should probably rig that up. Now, actually, I'll do the power first. Now, again, with the power on the SATA cable, it's the same thing as the data cable. You can only put it on one way. If it doesn't go on one way, flip it around, try it the other way, which is exactly what I have to do here, I think. No, okay. This computer is just giving me a hard time. I don't know why. I think it knows I'm doing a video. Okay, there we go. We have the power there, and we have the power to the optical drive. Now, this is bad because we have wire which was touching the RAM, but I just took care of that. Okay, now this is where I differ from other people. Now, seeing how this connection with the SATA, can you see this? Yeah, I don't know. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here. If I zoom in, it just, you can't see. Alright, hold on here. I'm trying to get the camera in the right spot here. I'm trying to figure out exactly where I'm at here. Okay, I'm up here. And apparently the camera is not going to show that, so oops, wrong way. I'm just gonna have to go with what I got here. Okay, anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a zip strip and I'm going to tie together the SATA power and the SATA data cable together. Why am I doing this? Because the cable is very loose, and if I do this, there's less of a chance of it accidentally pulling out, which is what I would like to avoid. You never want to have cables pulling out. Now that's nice and tight on there, so there's no chance of that sneaking out at any point in time. And I'm also going to do the same now. Unfortunately, he doesn't have another black SATA wire, so I'm going to have to go with a red one, which is not really going to throw the scheme off because we've got red over here and a little bit of red here and there. So anyways, we're going to take the SATA onto the optical drive. Make sure we get it on there the right way. Remember, it's L-shaped, so it only goes one way. It's just finding that one way is sometimes a little bit of a pain in the ass. Okay, I got that in place now. Now this, what I want to do with this is I want to run this wire underneath everything else I have right at the moment. Because what I'm going to do is the excess wire I'm going to tuck in the back here, which I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to connect this in so I know what I have to work with for extras, and that's what I've got for space there. Okay, now we have everything hooked in the as far as peripherals go here. Everything is hooked in. So now what I'm going to do, seeing how I don't have to run anything else through the back, I am going to flip the computer around. Now everyone can see, let me see, I want to make sure everyone can see this horrific mess